passage for water and dissolved materials to move up and down in the plant. So they are providing a passage. I repeat, the function of conducting tissue, they provide passage for water and dissolved materials to move up and down in a plant. Now they are of two types. What are they? Xylem and phloem. Xylem are thick-walled and they provide upward movement of water. I repeat, xylem are thick-walled vascular system of the tissues and they provide upward movement of water. Xylem is again divided into three types, which includes tracheids, trachea and xylem parenchymatous. I repeat, xylem is divided into three types, which includes tracheids, trachea and xylem parenchymatous. Next we'll come to phloem. Phloem provide a passage for the downward movement of food. Xylem was responsible for the upward movement and phloem for the downward movement. Downward movement of food manufactured by the leaves. So before we go to the next part, let us have a quick recall. Plant tissues are of two types, meristematic tissues, permanent tissue. Meristematic tissues are made up of the dividing cells and they are found in the growing tips. Permanent tissues are non-dividing cells. They cannot divide any further. Again, permanent tissues are divided into three types. They are the protective tissue, supportive tissue and conductive tissue. Supportive tissues are again divided into three, which includes the parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma, whereas the conductive tissue is divided into two. Like the conductive tissue forms the vascular system. They are of two types, the xylem and phloem. Now let us come to the animal tissues. The main kinds of animal tissues are epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, connective tissue and nerve tissue. I repeat, the main kinds of animal tissues are epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, connective and nerve tissue. Now let us come to its explanation. First we will start with the epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue is a thin protective layers of cells. So see, from this we can understand that the epithelial tissues are basically providing protection to us. Now, where are they found? Epithelial tissues are present in the outermost layer of skin and lining surfaces of mouth. See, these lining surfaces of mouth, these are the places where we find the epithelial tissue. They are also found in the lining surfaces of nose, lungs, stomach, etc. Now, how do they look like? The epithelial tissues, they may be flat, they may be cuboidal or columnar in shape. And function, it provides protection, absorption, secretion and sensory perception. So I repeat, epithelial tissue is a thin protective layer of cells. They are present in the outermost layer of skin and the lining surfaces of the mouth, nose, lungs, stomach, etc. And they may be flat, cuboidal or columnar in shape. And functions that are performed, they provide protection, absorption, secretion, sensory perception, etc. Now, epithelial tissues are of various types. Now, when we will be learning about the types, we will be more precise in its location and the function performed. First is the squamous epithelium tissue. Squamous epithelium tissue is composed of thin, irregular shaped cells. I repeat, squamous epithelium tissue is composed of thin, irregular shaped cell. Location, the squamous epithelium tissue is found in the lining of the mouth and nasal cavity. See, now we are precise. Epithelial tissue, you knew that they are found in the lining of the skin, nose, lungs, stomach, etc. But squamous epithelium tissue is present in the lining of mouth and nasal cavity. Function of the squamous epithelium tissue, they protects the underlying part from mechanical injury, germs, etc. I repeat, Squamous epithelium tissue provides protection to the underlying parts from mechanical injury, germs, etc. Now, let us look into another type, the next type of epithelium tissue, that is the stratified epithelium tissue. Stratified epithelium tissue is found in skin and cornea. I repeat, stratified epithelium tissue is found in skin and cornea. Cuboidal epithelium. Cuboidal epithelium is found in some parts of kidney, tubules, and also in salivary duct. Cuboidal epithelium, see from its name we can understand cuboidal means they are cube shaped. Cuboidal. Stratified means they are straight. So cuboidal tissues are found in some parts of kidney tubules and also in salivary duct. Next is the columnar epithelium tissue. So they are more column shaped. They contain vertically arranged cylindrical or brick-like cells, and generally they are found in the inner lining of the stomach and intestine. I repeat, columnar epithelium tissue contains vertically arranged cylindrical or brick-like cells, and generally they are found in the inner lining of the stomach and the intestine. Now we come to the last type of the epithelium tissue, that is the ciliated columnar epithelium tissue. See, ciliated, that means these tissues bear cilia. So these cells have thread-like projections called cilia, and they are found in the lining of the trachea. I repeat, ciliated columnar epithelium. These cells have thread-like projections which is called cilia, and they are found in the lining of the trachea. Now let us come to connective tissue. See, from the name we can very much understand connective tissues means the tissues that connect. Now what do they connect? They connect various tissues and organs. So connective tissues are tissues that are specialized. They are specialized for connecting various tissues and organs. Why? What is the purpose of connecting? For supporting them in order to keep them in the proper place. So I repeat, connective tissues are tissues that are specialized for connecting various tissues and organs, for supporting them in order to keep them in proper place. Examples include fibers, cartilages, and bones. We'll first start with fibrous connective tissue. Fibrous connective tissue serves for packing and binding most of the organs. I repeat, fibrous connective tissue serves for packing and binding most of the organs. They include tendons, ligaments, adipose tissue, and also fascia. Now, tendons. What are these tendons? Tendons connect muscles to bone. I repeat, tendons connect muscles to bone. Ligaments connect to bones. I repeat, ligaments connect to bones. Fascia, they bind our skin to the underlying structure. Fascia, they bind our skin to the underlying structure. And the last one is the adipose tissue. The next